out. Hey everybody, we are actually
Well, I've been sitting here on this dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends, now I'm okay. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julie, take his phone away. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Not sure what the gusts are, but
well, there's Louie and her too. No telling what they're gonna do.
I think we're
you know he's got more than 1 million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the
trying to keep the camera from getting away.
Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Yeah.
Hey everybody, what's up? Good morning. It's Wednesday. For some reason I had to check today like twice. I'm posting and I'm like, I typed Tuesday one post and Thursday the next post, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's not even Tuesday or Thursday, it's Wednesday. Like, what's up with that? Alright, so what is going on? It's a little bit of topics out there to talk about. We're not ready to start talking about fall football yet. We are on the downhill slope of hurricane season, but still plenty of months ahead. Months because the season doesn't end until technically November 31st. The end of November. So we'll see. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to say hello for a while. We got a little low off the Carolinas, Caitlin. Yep. Good morning, Chris Wells. My camping buddy. Yeah, I remember you. What's up? Good morning, Sylvia from South Martin County. Holly from Arcadia. I've been there a bazillion times. I don't know why. There's not much going on in Arcadia. I think there's an Applebee's is about it, right? What's up, Mary? What's up, Jay? What's up, Loretta Reed? Or Eric? How about the Rays? Big news for the Rays yesterday, Eric. Thank goodness, man. Been taking the kids to the Rays since they were 2. Even Louie went to the Rays game one time. Remember that? You went to the Rays game once. You did. Bring your dog to Rays Day, and Louie went. So at least they're going to stay home at St. Pete. That's awesome. Adam from Mount Dora. That's a pretty little town. Drove through there a few times on the northeast side of Orlando. Felice from Tamarack. What's up, Josh? This page, where it's at. Rosemary from Volusia. A lot of friends over there, Volusia County EOC. Am I boring you or something? Mr. Judge over there, your EOC director. Good morning, Nancy, Gulf County. We'll go over there YouTube side. What's up, Mr. Mikey? Carrie Adams. Get to see your Orioles. Hey. We'll be seeing you soon. Baltimore going down. I know, I told Julie we should get season tickets from now. Henry Sparks from Fort Myers. Holy cow, you're in home of Ian. Not good. David, what's up from Brevard County? Good morning, Palm City, Jennifer. Beautiful outside. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. How about that crisp, cool air, right? I play with Louie's fingers, and I sometimes squeeze him too hard, and he gets mad at me. I think he's ticklish. Are you ticklish? Watch. See if you tickle. Tickle, 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 tickle. Okay, we're going to talk tropics. Hey, everybody. So our daily brew brought to you by our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Almost the weekend. 2 more days. I'll be hitting there probably tomorrow as we load up for Talladega. So we're leaving for Talladega next week. So we'll be gone a few days. If there's no weather cooking, we won't be live. If there's weather cooking, I got Starlinks, and we will be live from Talladega. So tropics never take a break, that's for sure. I hate it, but we are going to Dega. Louis too. We'll go camping. We'll go camping. We'll go camping. We'll go camping. Oh man. Cool, Harold. I'm glad you watched Dennis. Yeah, he's a great friend of mine now. Dega's camping. Well, ho, Shelly, how you feeling today, by the way? Brenda, I love my Starlink. Say bye-bye, Louie. Louie is the best dog ever, man. Look, he'll just lay. He likes to lay. We don't want to give you any bad poses, but I do this to him in the mornings. Look at him. Isn't that just awesome? Look at it. Look at that dog. He's the most chill dog on the planet. Aren't you, buddy? I love you so much. I need to clone him somehow. I don't want to lose him. It's going to be hard to find another one like that. All right, so here we go. There's the tropics. That's the current tropics map. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Nigel looked like it might have went west, but it didn't. It's going out to sea. Bye-bye. This is where it's going. Boop. This little guy is still only 30%. We're going to talk a lot about it. It's bubbling off the coast of Florida right now. Shelly didn't have a voice. Sorry, Shelly. It's just the way you wrote that was kind of multi-meaning. Well, hopefully you're better by next week and we're not live and you can have a nice week without me. Bobo, Starlink was the most amazing setup I've ever had in my life. It was so easy, man. It was just boom, 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 done. It's motorized too, so it finds the antenna. No more direct TV where you got to point it. It actually looks for it and finds the best satellite. So, well, hey, if I'm streaming, we'll do one live from Dega no matter what, because I got to use the Starlink. Mikey, no Celsius yet. Katie, what's up there? Chris Hargis, yeah, man, 1.2 billion stadium. I love it, Chris. I'm so excited. Adam, what Wi-Fi? Well, I have a couple hot spots. I buy these keys, 4G, 5G, and they work amazing. So far, so good. I've been able to stream in 4 major hurricanes. I can't believe it. My truck and I have been in 4 major hurricane eye walls, and we were streaming live. Doesn't even seem possible. Katie, nope, we will never make her mad. The only time Shelly gets mad is when I get on Julie or the girls. My eyes been bothering me. All right, so this is the one. This is the big question mark. I gotta hate it, but we got to talk about some weird possibilities of this thing. Most of the models had it doing that, but we're starting to see a couple of them do that. So I got to bring that up. So we're going to talk about both things. And so we're not going to go more than an hour. In a nutshell, yellow guy is 30% from the NHC, probably just a sloppy, rainy, stormy, windy, wavy rainmaker for the East Coast, Carolinas, northward a little bit. Maybe tropical. The models are sniffing it. We'll see what the NAC says. I don't know. I'm surprised they're still at 30. I really thought they would have been orange 40 by now, but they're not. This is the guy coming off Africa now we're going to watch. It plopped off the coast here this morning, and we'll see what it's doing. So, good news to share. This map, Global Tropics Hazards Map, took away our little spot down here in the Caribbean. Doesn't mean it can't happen. It just means that the chances are really low. So that's good news. Remember, none of the models are really showing it other than lowering pressures, but so far so good. You know, this map had a spot down here, but now it's gone. So let's keep that tradition or thing going. Here's what they're saying. The NAC on our circle, 30% expected to form a non-tropical low, which is usually from a frontal line this week. Could acquire some tropical, subtropical, everybody's going to yawn, subtropical characteristics by the weekend. Regardless, it's going to bring gusty winds to gale force, heavy rain, high surf, portions of the southeast mid-Atlantic late this week into the weekend. So, it might quack like a duck. It's going to walk like a duck. It's going to quack like a duck. Did I already say quack? But it might not be a duck. But it'll look like a duck. So there is nasty weather coming to the East Coast this weekend. Here's the latest 3 models here off of Tropical Tidbits. Euro's similar. This is what it might look like Saturday. Note the pressures in the tropical storm range or subtropical. 992, 996, 1001. Notice where all the rains are. Notice where the rains are not. Heavily concentrated on the northern, northeast side. This is going to be kind of spinning towards the Carolinas, especially North Carolina and maybe Virginia, northward. So this is blobs of rain. This is Saturday morning. So yeah, we got plans this weekend. I'm telling you. Right, Emilio? Good morning. What's up? Timing Mike. What are you doing? What are you timing? Oh yeah, we got the cruise shirt being worked on. Shelly sent the preliminary idea to Dusty. Can't wait. Florida, it's a solid nor'easter. Yep. And how many New Englanders are still following me after I hyped a nor'easter? Good morning, Miss Bobby Blobby. Well, remember we had a system in January that ended up being named 6 months later. So, very weird that they're hesitant on giving this at least 40%. But that's okay. Adele, Crazy Storm Key West. Yes, you're on that frontal line border. Tornado chances, Anthony? Always a little bit. Very, yes. Anytime you get a squall line feeder band rolling in off the Atlantic, you got those warm Gulf streams. So, yeah, Saturday for sure. Late Friday. Tom, can't wait for the cruise, buddy. Yeah, me too. Jamelia Rooney's still there. How bad was it in Cape Cod, Miss Jamelia Rooney? Cindy from Venice, good morning. What have you missed? DAC, nothing. Talking about the nasty weather coming this weekend. Tornado threat, tabletop Greek. Well, anywhere these feeder bands roll in. I mean, usually with this type of setup would be more like a water spout coming in, for coastal areas. So you can always get those with these feeder bands. They're looking kind of, quite strong actually. I don't know if the SPC's showing it. Well, a little bit. Let's see. Today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Here's Friday. So they're kind of showing this right here for Friday, and it'll go into Saturday a little bit. Service low, supposed to be meandering along the Carolina coast Friday. Scattered thunderstorms. Any westward shift in track is going to support the influx of a higher low level theta E what the hell is that? Theta E mass, which could coincide with stronger low-level shear. Severe so basically it's saying this. There's a chance severe probabilities may be introduced in the future outlooks. So they're watching coastal areas for Friday. This doesn't go to Saturday yet. So too early to tell on Saturday. They're not going to talk about it yet. They usually don't go out day 4 on something that's developing like this. So, all right. What else is it going to do? Let me close these out because I don't want to talk about them anymore. All right, so look at this one. This is a humidity map. Whatever our low is doing on Saturday morning, as it makes that trek northward, look what it's doing on the backside. Look at that backside. This is dry air. So anything brown, very low humidity. You know what? Saturday is going to feel like fall for probably everybody north of Okeechobee. Sorry. But, yeah, it's gonna you're gonna wake up Saturday and you're gonna say, "Holy cow, it's freaking fall!" You're gonna feel dry air, cool air. It's not gonna be cold, but you're gonna feel it. It's gonna feel dry. It's gonna be less humid. And you know, humidity in Floridians. You take out the humidity, we shiver. It could be 80 degrees with no humidity, and we're like, "Oh man, we need a hoodie." So anyway, that's Saturday. So the backside of this thing is going to bring down cooler, drier air from the north. And that's pretty cool to see. That's scary. That's coming. That's Saturday. Cool, dry air. All right, the other thing we're going to talk about is winds. Waves. It's a current wave map from the Euro for Saturday, overnight, Friday night, Saturday. Couple areas. So we're going to have persistent winds into Florida the next few days. You can see that right now, too, currently on the wind map. So here you go. This is your low-level winds, but as our frontal line sets up, that's currently what we're looking at. These are low-level winds into Florida now. So you're already seeing higher surf because of this frontal line boundary. And just like we talked about yesterday with that ITCZ line, the Intertropic Convergence Zone, winds from the north, winds from the south, and they help get things spinning. And this is pretty much where the low is trying to get going today. You got winds from the south, winds from the north, and you get a little low pressure area start to form. So it's pretty fascinating. But these winds are now. Today's Wednesday. They're going to be here Thursday. They're going to be there Friday. So coastal event, a lot of surf. What we're also going to see is this. When our low pressure pulls north, these winds are going to be coming around the top side, and we're going to see direct impacts from the Atlantic as the winds shift straight into you. So another windy coastal mess, Outer Banks, for sure, into Virginia. The big blob of this is going to be north of center. So Virginia, Delaware Bay, you know, those areas, you can see red. That's 20-foot seas just offshore. So we're going to start to see the winds pushing those waves in. So definitely going to be a sneaky coastal impacts here with this area as this gets pushed in on Friday night, Saturday. Big story. Not big, but it's a little big story. So yeah, hey, definitely Friday, Saturday. Look at. I mean, 10-foot seas is yellow. So no matter what, we're gonna have a lot of winds and waves pushing across the coast here the next couple of days. Might even be worth a trip to Daytona to see that. I bet you it's... Hey, is it rocking and rolling over there, Shelly? V-flood, sweata weta. So there you go. Can't wait to mow, Wayne. Man, I gave up mowing. I kind of miss it a little bit, maybe. Pool heater, 87 degrees. Chia Pet. That's Amelia Rooney. That's funny. Not funny, but funny. Shelly hasn't even left bed. Well, you're a trooper, man. We love you. Calling sick. Shark teeth hunting, Brooke says. I've never seen a starfish, and I've never seen a shark tooth in person, like on the water. Joe, I think the new Hurricane models, I don't know. I haven't really been too impressed, to tell you the truth. Nothing, the only thing that's impressed me this year is the CMC model. So, wins. All right. The other thing we're going to talk about, and then we're going to go into greater detail with everything here in a second. Megan's stressing out about the red blob. There ain't no reason to get stressed out. That's for sure. I got a contact. I got one eye. One eye is really bothering me. There we go. That feels a lot better. Tracy's. Is there a Margaritaville up there, Tracy? I had no idea. I didn't know there was a Margaritaville. William, hey, you're at school. Well, hello, students. Jacksonville, North Carolina. How many times do people in Jacksonville get people confused with Florida? You say, I'm from Jacksonville. Oh, we love Florida, North Carolina. I did not find water yet, Bill. We'll figure it out. You get a bunch of rednecks with a bunch of beer. All right. So here is the latest spaghetti models ensemble plots for our red area. We're going to talk about more detail with our coastal area here in a second. So we have had a little bit of westward shift. Oh my God. Nothing to be alarmed about, you know, but watching, yeah. And as my haters will say, because I say watch, what are you trying to do? Get clicks? Okay, well, we're trying to watch. You're trying to watch the tropics. Kind of what we do. We watch the tropics. The euro has ticked a little far. So every one of these little lines here that you see, these are all different thoughts of our red blob that's off of Africa right now. So the GFS main operational run, this is a classic point if you know what I'm talking about. The GFS has pushed our system way west. However, the main operational run's doing that. But look at all the ensembles. So anytime you see an operational run against its own ensembles, it's questionable. But it's definitely worth pointing out. A weaker system goes west. High pressure builds back in. The Bermuda high that's been non-existent the last few years is maybe going to build back in. The Euro ensembles, one time we had high confidence of every one of them doing that. Well, now we're starting to see a couple of them go a little farther west before the turn. Trends are your friends, so we got to keep an eye on that. So yeah, can't say 100% certain that this new area off of Africa will 100% not affect anybody. So there you go. I like to look at ensembles because it kind of paints the picture. More say curve. Don't say recurve ever again. Yeah, Wendy, I take out my contacts, but then I can't see. I want to see. Puerto Rico, Edward, yeah, buddy. Yeah, nothing to stress about at all right now. Just kind of keeping an eye on it, you know. It did just come off Africa. This is the red area right here. Let's take a look at it on Weather Nerds. So there's a blob of rain that just came off. This is that spinner a couple of days ago we saw spinning over Africa. Now it's blobby. Blobby. Here it is. This is what it looks like currently. It's a big old blob. She's a big old blob. He's a big old blob. It's a big old blob. Look at that. Blob. Big old blob. Anybody in the islands over there? The Cape Verde Islands? Anybody over there? There's people over there. The main center is a little lower than that, but that's a lot of convection. This is what we're watching. This is the new red area right here. Faster it develops, the more likelihood it pulls northward and turns. If it takes its time to develop, it could go a little farther west. So there you go. There's that. It's got a spin to her. Let's see. Hey, a little bit. Yeah, it's trying to. There you go. You can kind of see it. Here's the all this convection here blowing around the top side. But there's their little spinner right there. Trying to get going. Southeast of the islands, and that's exactly where the NHC is putting it right here. There it is. So, all right. So let's look at individual models. Talk about both systems. Here's our frontal line satellite. Someone said it was really stormy down in the Keys last night. There's that frontal line lingering. This is the area we're watching around the Bahamas today. Today's Wednesday, Thursday. So a couple days here. This thing kind of spinning around down there. Here's a bigger look too. You can kind of see the little bubble convection. This is what we're going to be looking at right now. There's quite a bit of little convection setting up both spots. Not really sure what this guy's doing. This one's a little interesting right here. This is the red spot. We could play a game of tic-tac-toe. We always do that, right? All right, tropical tidbits time. Tropical tidbits time. Ooh, Edward, 6 years ago was Maria. Oh, my goodness. That seems like yesterday, doesn't it? K-Dog. GFS says, I can't be wrong if I choose all options. Correct. Today's Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, let's see. All right, what else we got? GFS getting a little better, Joe. Yeah, that's got me really kind of curious about this wave. Vicky Anderson, good morning. Lori, I do sound a little rough. I think I'm okay. I hope. Fine. Didn't get a good night's sleep. Oh, I dated YouTube wrong? Oh. Oh, well. I can fix that later. Well, I can do it right now, maybe. I think I can edit it while we're talking. Hope I didn't get the, oh, man, it means I probably did the damn, I didn't edit. Oh, I didn't do Twitter either. Crap. Getting old. Let's see if I can edit while we're doing this. Can you edit while you're doing this? Yeah, I can edit. Oh, well, Twitter is going to be wrong, but oh, well. I put 919. 920. Okay. I might be able to, let me see if I can fix Twitter because it's within 30 minutes. You can edit Twitter now if you pay the $8 or whatever. So let me see real quick here. Oh, yep, I didn't do it there either. Let me see. I can't edit it though. Darn it. Bummer. Oh well. I'll just have to be wrong. Let's try one more time here. Let's see. Home. Profile. Let's see if I can do it right here. Can't reprove. Oh well. Sorry, Twitter. I'm wrong. All the days running together. All right. So. Yeah, Eric, Mustang. I backed it out yesterday because I had to get something out from Talladega. I got the radio system cranking. I got me this big 18-inch woofer we bring just to Talladega, powered. Make sure it still works. My dad used to say that, Laura. The bird is the word. All right, long range looking. Here we go. All right, so here's the main operational runs. These are on tropicaltidbits.com. So we're watching our little low. We're watching our little low here. See what it does. There's our low. This is Thursday. Here's our low off of Florida trying to get going. Pops into a low pressure area Friday. So 1,006, 1,008. Lingers 1,002, 1,008. This is Saturday morning. Euro gets it down to about 1,001. Clips Carolina. Kind of skirts that East Coast. See that? And eventually curves out to sea. Here's our next system, though. This is next Monday. And Euro gets it a little close to the islands here, and it starts to show sort of a turn here. But that's 10 days away. So it's getting pretty close to our friends in the Caribbean. This is next Thursday. Yesterday's 18Z run, or 12Z run, about the same spot. But and then overnight OZ yesterday was basically middle there. So it kind of trended a little bit. Here's a couple days ago's 12Z. So you can see the trend there. And then last night there. So a little bit deeper west. So the reason that's kind of keeps your one eye open, not one eye sober open, is the GFS kind of did good with Lee. 992 pressure for Carolinas. That would be borderline Ophelia. This is Saturday morning. Skirting that coast into Virginia northward. This is Saturday. And then it gets turned, but the GFS is getting now close to the islands next Thursday. Turns it. But here's why the GFS does GFS things. All right, that was the most recent run. Last night's 00Z run. Now, somebody on TikTok's showing a 927 hurricane in the Caribbean going north into the Gulf. But going back to these operational runs, there's 31 members of the GFS, right? Not one showing that scenario. So when you have an outlier against its own operational runs, then it's kind of questionable. So I wouldn't get too worried yet. Yesterday's 18Z run curved it. So pick the model you want. My initial thinking is it might get a little close to the Caribbean with a curve. This is like yesterday's 18Z getting close to Bermuda. So how can a model run do that, and then the next run do that, and then the most recent run do that? So anyway, point of this is this. There's no guarantee the red area is curving yet. Okay? High confidence, yes, but no guarantee. Rick B, 100% correct. Says the movement of the blob controls that high pressure system. And, this is susceptible right here. We're showing a break here, and why it doesn't follow that makes you wonder. But it doesn't. The Euro is the best when it comes to upper air patterns. Shows that, this is the weakness by the Carolina coast. So it kind of pulls it north. I guess the only thing that's kind of questionable is at the end here, shows high pressure rolling in, but point being this, there's nothing shown to be alarmed yet. How about that? Yet. Canadian model. Showing our little low. We're gonna digest this low really quick, but that's showing a 995 going a little north. That's a little interesting, right? This is weekend. This is Saturday. I'm surprised the NAC doesn't have more than 30. Here's our low Sunday. This is a one-off African now. The Canadian keeping it weak, which makes sense, and it takes it into the Caribbean a little deeper. So this is next Tuesday. So if the islands get any impact, this is Tuesday on the GFS. This is Tuesday on the Canadian. And the Euro for Tuesday showing that. So if you're living in the Caribbean, Lesser Antilles and stuff, definitely first part of next week, you're going to be keeping a close eye on this thing if it keeps on going west. And the Canadian, you know, keeps it really weak. Weaker goes west, and then it starts turning up a little bit. So, you know, yeah, it's interesting. More interesting today than it was yesterday, I'll tell you the truth. But you got to trust the ensembles at this point. If we see 12Z afternoon models tick a little farther west, then I'll be like, oh boy. But I was encouraged when the latest GFS curved back again. You know, unfortunately, getting pretty close to the islands, but you know, we got to trust the old ensembles here. And in defense of the euro, there's not really one touching anybody. So unless the euro's wrong, we shouldn't have to worry too much about the red area. But we got to keep an eye on it. That's a long way away, for sure. But golf, I don't know, man. That one run sparked a lot of interest online, but that was one run. All right, so let's zoom in a little. So none of these areas are invest, I don't believe, yet. I can't figure it out right now. Well, we can look at Weather Nerds. Weather Nerds will tell us if they're. Nope. All we have is this. So these are not invest yet, so we don't really have spaghetti models. Brenda says Virgin Islands are watching. Yeah, I would too for sure. It's Kathleen St. Thomas, good to see y'all. I'll be watching. Not 100%. This thing's not gonna not turn. So, and like I said, at least you know timing. Could put it close to y'all early next week if it doesn't turn before then. So, yeah, I'm really curious what 12Z ensembles are going to do. Anthony, that's called the A-Bear box. A-Bear. I got a link about it right here somewhere. The A-Bear box. Where did you go? Right here. There it is. So I got a link to it if you want to read about it. Just history shows that a major hurricane that goes through the box, not a weak system. So it's a major hurricane that goes through the A-Bear box. A-Bear. I used to call it Hebert. I must have sounded more stupider than I do now. I used to call it the Hebert box because that's what it looks like. Hebert, right? Hebert. But it's A-Bear. Totally different than the way it looks, right? Didn't Gallagher do a comedian sketch one time about the pronunciation of words? You look at Hebert, you think Hebert. But it's A-Bear. Huh? I just took English. What do you mean it's A-Bear? A-Y-B-E-R-A. B-E-A-R. Eh? Must be Canadian. It is. I have a friend named Kevin. A-Bear. I think everybody calls him Hebert. But it's Kevin A-Bear. Kathleen, you got an A-Bear in your... Corey, you're pretty much right. Never trust models too far out. We look at trends and weather patterns and... Mike's got family in Louisiana. A-Bear. Shelley, I still wear my 850-800 contact. That's my solution to nearsightedness, farsightedness. No pool yet. Thanks for asking, Anna. Somebody said they're not allowed to. And I was willing to pay, too. Everybody's like, you're trying to get a handout. Well, give me a break. I'd love to donate to the fire department. I'll give them a couple $100. Fill the pool. It's worth it. Hell, any old redneck up there that's got a water truck, got to be clean, though. We don't want reclaimed water in our swimming pool. We prefer nothing floating in the water. But if you got clean water, the pool's 16 by What did I buy? Oh, it's 12 foot. So it's about 6 by 12 basically. Sledge-o-matic. Howdy, Bill. Good morning. AJ, yep. I didn't go to the school for that either. 12 by 6, Deborah. Yeah, you're smart. No gators either. All right, there's the A-Bear box. All right, let's look really, really close at our system here off the southeast coast. All right, what are the models showing? So we're going to go tropical tidbits. Let's look at the 6Z here. So here's our lingering front. This is basically the next 2 days. It's going to be sitting out here in the Atlantic, and the waters are warm, above average. So anything's possible. I guess I could order pond water's fine, Bill. They maybe little tadpoles floating around in it. Good morning, Mr. Cliff from Carolina. Bermuda's looking next week. Rebecca, well, you're watching the red area, Rebecca. If it occurs your way, it could be later next week. Thursday, Friday. Oh, I said only an hour. Okay, we got 19 minutes. Don, not yet, but we will soon. I got a cool little sticker on it too. I remember the bears at Disney. Is that true? They're not there anymore. Remember the old bears that used to sing? It was pretty neat. I haven't been to Disney in so long. I'm glad we went through that stage with the kids. I hate standing in lines. I don't know about you guys, but standing in line, not good. Not good. All right. All right, so Thursday, here's our little low starting to set up. And, you know, models are everywhere and where it's going to set up at. That's why we don't have spaghetti models, because all the models are just guessing where the low is going to set up. But as you can see, 992 pressure is very tricky, because that could be tropical storm. Guaranteed if it gets that low that fast. But what all the models are showing is that big blob of rain and storms that could be center northward. A lot of winds, a lot of waves, a lot of coastal action possible. This is Saturday morning. And it's going to ride up the east coast here. This is kind of, Sunday morning. And then it's going to go out to sea. So North Carolina for sure. Into Virginia. Hey, Josh, look at that, man. Appreciate that, buddy. You the man. Make sure you reach out to Shelly. Shelly will hook you up with our little emails and what we do. Try to do. Julie's mailing some shirts today. All right, so then we got the Canadian model doing the same thing. Low pressure gets set up here on Friday off the coast of Florida. Deepens a little bit. Look at these big heavy rains Friday. So Friday, Saturday for sure. It looks like most of it's Carolinas northward. Heavy rain possible plopping into the Carolinas there. Saturday morning. And 995 pressure. That means, anytime you got low pressures, you'll have big winds. So even without it being named, you're going to have heavy winds, especially in off of the Atlantic. And as with the GFS, this system goes north and spreads some of that rain, possibly even in the New England area. So, blob of rain. This is Sunday morning. Most everybody from maybe parts of Virginia south, for sure, Sunday looks great. This is the question mark is Sunday. How much of this lingers up into the Northeast Sunday? This is Sunday morning on the Canadian model. Beautiful northern, southern Virginia all the way Carolina southward. So none of that's really changed. The icon showing you this. Low pressure sets up off the coast of Florida on Friday. Goes northward. So you can see, man, the pattern's pretty set. I mean, Georgia might not get much. South Carolina might not get much, but you got to watch. North Carolina, Virginia definitely going to get a lot of rain and wind. There's a big blob here on Saturday morning. And the icon shows it pushing off to the north throughout the day, Saturday into Sunday. So, same thing. You know, Saturday night, Sunday, looks like it could turn more Virginia northward. With, again, Sunday being nice, Carolina southward. So that's pretty consistent. And we look at the euro. Euro showing low pressure Friday. Pushing some rains up into Carolinas, especially North Carolina Saturday, into Saturday. And then it skirts on by here Saturday. It's Sunday. A little slower, but there's Sunday morning. Pretty much gone. So Euro's been the least aggressive as far as low pressure wise. 1001 is the lowest it gets here. The reason they're calling it subtropical characteristics too is because we have a frontal line which is more mid-level energy. It's not like a true surface low that reaches down. But what we saw in January, same type of setup. This thing meanders over that Gulf Stream a day. It could develop at least into a storm. I don't see why not. Seen it before. We'll see it again. So since today is Wednesday, we really don't have any high resolution models to go out that far yet. Mesoscale models do pretty good sometimes with these type of systems. And you can kind of see the HRR showing this into Friday. So even late Thursday night, we can start to see some of these bands reaching Georgia, and maybe some of these are going to spiral down into the northern Florida Friday or Thursday night. Here's Friday morning, and you can already start to see these bands slapping into Carolinas and 1,000 millibar low. But somebody was asking about tornadoes. Well, look at this. I mean, you got a true spiraling system here with feeder bands, and any of these feeder bands can spin up little tornadoes, always, especially over that warm Gulf Stream. So all these are incoming. So that's a good look. I mean, it's going to be interesting little setup. It might be a cute little guy. But, the big thing is winds. We're going to see some big winds here, way away from center. Well, actually, let's keep it on Tropical Tidbits because Levi's got wind maps on his site. So let's go back there. Let's go back. To the future. To the window. All right. So let's go look again. This is your wind map. So the euro is probably the best with winds. So we got significant wave heights. All right. So once we start getting to green, green's 7 foot. Yellow's 10 foot. All right. There's our system starting to take shape Thursday night. These are significant wave heights. So these are like a third of the biggest or something like that. So pretty much guarantee you'll have these waves off the coast. And this is Thursday night, 7 to 9 footers. But then look at this. Look at Friday morning. Big old waves here, Cape northward into Georgia. But then we get these big ones here coming into Carolinas and Virginia northward. This is Saturday morning. And this is a straight east wind expected to be pushing waves. So, we're going to have some big, 15 footers right there off the coast, 17, 18. And we're still going to see some pushing down into the Florida coast. So it could be some issues across the Florida east coast. I'm thinking Friday, Saturday. We'll have to see how high they really get, but that's, those are pretty significant. And then it goes northward. So we'll see some of these waves even go north as the system slides on out of here. So So some of these big waves can reach all the way to Jersey. Interesting, right? You might get bigger waves than this than you did with Lee. There's Long Island. Look at that. Could be some big winds, man, all the way to Long Island. Interesting, right? So yeah, coastal event, no matter what. All right, so there's your waves, no whammies. There you go. Miss Leah, yep, it's beautiful out. Dry air, crisp, cool air. Let's see, what were the temperatures today? We had some 50s. The Panhandle yesterday. Let's see, what did it get last night? Yeah, we had some 60s. 69 in Pensacola, 66 in Mobile. Still kind of muggy in New Orleans, though. 70 here on the coast, Texas, Louisiana coastline. So, yeah, you all felt it pretty good, right? A lot of 50s across the south, the Carolinas, 50s into Georgia, Bama. We'll be up there next week. Can't believe it. Next Tuesday, Wednesday. I guess we can start looking ahead there. Normal stuff. Nothing really showing. It was hot, I know that. Upper 80s. Sunday's the hottest day. It might only be in the 70s on Friday, though. Yeah, Sunday's hot, 87. This is a week from Sunday. Too far away, though. Even the Euros. Well, the Euros showing up for Saturday. Ugh. Barely fire pit weather. Like low 60s. 80s. Oh, man. That means the air conditioners are going to be running on overtime. Burning gas. Mary Carol Chapman sitting on a patio. So there you go, tropics. All right, so let's leave it with that. Open image. So, you know, there you go. Kind of watching this guy. Not worried about it yet. Definitely, you know, would be watching here for next Tuesday. Beyond that, hard to tell. Too far away. Obviously, if this thing curves, then we got to worry about Bermuda. But right now, there's not a lot showing. And then this little guy here, we'll see what it does. This will be kind of fun to watch. A-Bear's French, Judy. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I had a friend that lives in Canada, so I assumed it might be French. No surge warning, John. I don't think we'll have a surge warning. I don't think. Let's see what our experimental... I don't know if it shows anything. A little bit, maybe. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but kind of shows you maybe some of the areas that might see some surge. So yeah, possible. I don't know how it works, but there, you know, definitely it's showing our 30% blobs. So definitely, you know, areas here in Savannah makes sense. I mean, some of these could see 4 to 5 foot surge levels. We don't have anything official from the National Hurricane Center though. But I'm glad you asked. I'm glad I looked at that. I might be able to post that, maybe give people an idea of what they might see here. Definitely Cape northward. Friday, Saturday is going to be some big seas over there on the Daytona side northward. Dave Berryhill, how's Carolina's doing? right. Well, everybody's wishing Shelly to get well. Let's hope it works. The power of prayer. Any specific questions we can go? We're going to be live tomorrow. Kimberly, I do believe Long Island could get a little rain out of this thing on Sunday. And could be some increased seas for sure as this thing passes by on the weekend. So there's a frontal line coming in over the weekend. It's going to pull it up and push it out. So you definitely got rain coming Sunday, it looks like. From this with a front. Harold, when we get to 0, we start counting in Greek. Coastal South Carolina, Chelsea. Hey, listen, you're going to have a lot of wind and rain Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, guaranteed. A lot of wind, a lot of coastal action, a lot of rains, a lot of storms. Sunday's gone. That's good. Yeah, I got the countdown, which is good because I'm feeling kind of. I think I caught it from you through the internet, Shelly. Hey, Miss Lori Rye, keep your eyes peeled on the red guy or gal or whatever it is. I don't know. What's the next name? Ophelia? Could be a race to Ophelia if the southeast system gets going. So the next update for the National Hurricane Center on the spot off the coast is going to be at 2 p.m. ET. p.m. All right, that's about it. I reckon. Hope everybody is getting over the week. Don't forget to check out our good friends here at Done Right Roofing. I give them a shout out here if you're living in Pinellas, Pasco, Hillsborough counties. Big supporters of our page, local blue and orange trucks. You see them all over the place, especially going up down US 19. You see the banners everywhere on the billboards and the benches. Mom and Dad and I are going out to eat tonight. I think we're trying a new place called Diesel's up in Palm Harbor. Never been, so we'll see how good that is. Curiosity, we'll see. So we'll cut it short, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. I'm going to be keep track on the afternoon models. You know, the blob's there now. This is what we're watching. It's not expected to do any development until maybe Friday, so we got 2 days of blob watching. Here it is. Sorry if you're down in the Bahamas right now. It's not looking too good for you. But this little area is gradually going to start spinning. You kind of seeing things get a little wrapped up here. So we'll start trying to get going here. And these systems take a lot of time too. So that's why the NHC is not giving it much chances right now. It's technically about 30%. So 2 more models we did not look at. Let me see here. We didn't look at the KMA yet. Let's see what the KMA is doing on our Africa spot and the Gulf spot. Clipping the Carolinas. Here's our Gulf or Atlantic spot. Really curving. Wow. Good news, right? And then the UK model showing a little bit of development, clipping North Carolina. And then here's our system in the Atlantic, and it's keeping a little more west. Weaker goes west, stronger goes north. And this would be next Tuesday. So timing is correct. So no matter what, if this thing keeps going west, Tuesdays you got to keep a lookout in the Lesser Antilles. So, all right. Well, hopefully you feel better, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, and Monday and Tuesday. And hopefully we have nothing to talk about for a week, so I can go to Talladega. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. No hurricane hunters yet. All right, see ya.